Access Solutions.
Hi, I'm Glenn of Rain Access Solutions. Welcome to my vlog. On this episode of Rain Access Solutions, we have a Staedtler Mars Micro 0.3mm mechanical pencil. I have this pencil since 2018, and whenever I want to relax or do something artistic like draw a cartoon or something, I use this pencil. I previously have a mechanical pencil of the same model back in 2014, and after 4 years of extensive use, the lead tip wouldn't want to stay in place anymore. It keeps on sliding back in while I'm drawing, but I tried and forced myself to use it or get used to it, but eventually it became too frustrating to use that I had to buy a new pencil again. The upper part of its body seems to be made of plastic, or a good quality of plastic, because it feels like it's made of metal. The rubber grip wrapped around near the base doesn't add much to its overall weight, but it's a nice addition to it because it somehow prevents the pencil from slipping upward when I'm writing or drawing. This mechanical pencil is very straightforward and it doesn't have the gizmo that other mechanical pencils have. For example, it doesn't have a mechanism that automatically rotates the lead while you write. It also doesn't have a feature that prevents the tip from breaking off. For example, the Japanese Zebra mechanical pencil has two individual springs in it that somehow dissipates the kinetic energy when we try and put too much pressure on the pencil. Under the cap at the end of the pencil is a tiny rounded eraser. It has become my preference not to use its eraser for the reason that I don't want to use up the eraser and I'd like to keep it that way. I have dedicated mechanical erasers that I use for erasing outlines or mistakes in my writing. The compartment for lead can hold as many as 3 or 5 leads, but I think it has the capacity to hold more than that number, which I haven't tried to do yet. This tiny eraser at its end can be removed and replaced if one can find an eraser of the same size, or if the diameter of the eraser is of the same size but the length is longer, we can cut it to this ideal size to fit its holder. Personally, I think that the size 0.3mm tip isn't an ideal lead size for writing or for drawing. This size of pencil tip can have the tendency to be annoying to use in the long run because you've got to be super careful with how much pressure you put on that pencil. On the flip side, the 0.5mm lead is more sturdier and you don't have to worry as much about it snapping on you. This pen writing on the right has a 0.5mm outline. The difference may not be too noticeable, but the line is a bit thicker. As for the reason why I chose the 0.3mm over the 0.5mm, it's because I like to draw on a quarter or on a half of an A4 size paper. This way I can write small objects and I will have to spend less time drawing the outlines as opposed to drawing on a full size A4 paper where I'll be forced to spread out the drawing just to be proportional to the paper. Now let's go to the pros and cons of this mechanical pencil. On the side of the pros, I like that it feels not too heavy on the hand and the grip is an absolute help. Refilling the lead is not much of a hassle, and as I've mentioned earlier, I can put 3 or 5 leads in the lead chamber. When the lead is used up, all I need to do is keep on pressing the cap and the pencil will just reload another lead from the reservoir and it's good to go. On the con side, sometimes the lead will slip back in for no reason, and it will require me to push the cap a couple of times before the lead gets set properly for writing. All in all, I'll give this mechanical pencil a good rating. Here's the sample drawing that I drew with this pencil. As you can see, it's on half of an A4 paper, and I like to fill my drawings with lots of lines. Alright guys, if you find this video useful, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day everyone. Goodbye.